I don't know why it's not working.
Hello, beautiful people.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Maybe I'll go outside.
Hey, ladies.
Hey,
How y'all doing today?
Hi.
my Saturday is going lovely. I got a lot accomplished.
I wish.
Just the middle of the day. You still got time.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Time to refocus and complete some tasks.
Try to share it on my page again.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, there's something to start out.
Yes.
What?
You had to get all fancy for us, Ty.
What?
Fancy for me, honey.
I feel underdressed, y'all. We got to start this over. I didn't know we was doing all of that.
Me neither, because I didn't even. Oh, no. I don't think I'm turning my camera on today.
You hear me? We gonna just let her just do the do, right?
For real.
Let her shine.
Those
I was not expecting that. Okay. Looking good.
Right. You got to give us a warning when Devonna coming. We need to know these things, right?
I feel so inadequate.
people know when it's time to talk and be on screen, Ivana has to handle that. Ty's a little too rough.
Oh, okay. Well, now I know for future reference, because shoot.
Yeah. Ivana usually lures them in and Ty teaches.
Oh, because you know, I'm over here
I'm
being
so
support.
teacher. I can't get no homework. I can't get homework as Ivana.
Oh, I got you.
How everybody's feeling? I hope everybody's energy is high.
Yes. It
Yes.
The right time with the right people.
Oh, yeah.
Who's hot out here? Y'all
Rub
need
it
to
in.
Miami. Let's just put that in the air.
We
Miami. Move to Miami.
What?
Move to Miami. Okay.
Are you telling everybody to move to Miami?
Okay.
I'm trying to get it out of Florida. That's Miami too far south.
I'm North Miami though.
Oh my God.
Oh, she's North Miami.
It still takes what, 7 hours just to get out of Florida. I like road trips.
Take a flight because you get like what 70% off. Go to that leap, 100% off.
Oh man. Look at it coming with the benefits. Go ahead. I got you.
Yep, no excuses.
All right, you're gonna have to show me Miami and why I should move down there.
I'm here. What other reason? No, I just like it because of the beaches and the sun, to be honest. Living in New York City forever and my birthday's in February sucks.
Yeah, I feel you. But you a winter baby. I love snow. I'm a winter baby. I love snow. I can't live without snow.
I don't know. I had enough.
I mean, you was from New York, so New York is different from Maryland.
Yeah, New York City snow is different.
100%.
Looks like we got all the family on here.
So you know how to do finger waves?
What you said?
Do you know how to do finger waves?
Finger waves. I used to. So I guess I still can.
I want to learn.
Who trying to bring finger waves back?
Me? For my hair that's growing back on the side and in the back. And I need to do something with it.
Put on the wig.
Okay, hello, can y'all hear us now?
Yes.
Oh,
So
yeah,
nobody's heard anything, so okay, all right, cool.
So no, we couldn't hear you guys talking.
Okay, because we was like, why do they keep talking? Like, we done tried to get started like 4 times, y'all don't even understand.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I thought we were still waiting for people because it's only the family.
Like, listen, so we're just gonna go ahead. We're live on YouTube, and so that's what I was saying. So y'all must not have heard me. Y'all go ahead and go to Hopefully Elect Entrepreneurship's YouTube page and share this on your social media timelines so that we can go ahead and get this discussion started.
Perfect.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, we didn't hear that.
So,
Welcome,
yes.
all of you.
Thank you all for
Yes,
coming back. Y'all
definitely.
didn't hear
You
our
didn't hear
welcomes.
anything
We was
of that.
saying hi to everybody. I was talking about how lit Enrica was. I love your mind. I see your posts and your content online. I love it. Miss Gogo's here with that good ass energy. I'm sorry, I cussed. Tiana, hey. Jazz, baby, hey.
Also,
Look, to our panelists, we was over here like we was over here talking.
so
We was just like, well, dang, they just
don't
keep
hear
talking
us.
right over us. They don't hear us. Okay. Anyway, so there was technical difficulties on our end. The Queen's Ivana is in the house. Hey, Miss Ebony. How you doing, love? Thank you for coming back. Thank you for coming back to part 2. We are missing Mama Keys, that Forex mama. She is spending some time with her daughter who turned 12 this past week.
The Forex life, being able to do that.
Yes, the benefits of being Forex funded. Absolutely. So super excited to get back into part 2 of our discussion. Last week, we kind of opened up talking about women in business. And so part 2, we're going to go ahead and get into networking, building relationships, and the new economy. Okay, so we're going to talk about Forex. We're going to talk about different types of investment opportunities. And I'm super excited to be tapped back in with all of you ladies. So we are the Hopefully Elect Entrepreneurship. We are the lady founders, Lady TKG, and myself, Coach K, Michelle Bryce. Some of y'all may also know me as Kalia Shalamai online, in the social media world. And we're super, super excited to be back with part 2 of Bag Ladies. We are women in business, women in networking, women in investing, and we are helping to teach and free our nation, our people, anybody who is connected to us, and so we just want to see our people free. Time freedom, okay? Financial freedom really just equals time freedom. And so we're back with our panelists from last week. Like I said, we are down that Forex Mama Keys, but we do have the lovely Tracy, trillionaire Tracy Dansbury in the building. We also have the lovely coach Louise Taylor Lopez. We have the queen, Ty Pips, Divana Quarles with us, teaching everybody how to secure that bag in the Forex market as a master trader and educator. And then Dr. Joy Whitfield is here with us as well from our panel last week. Welcome back, sis. Thank you for coming back to join us. We are super grateful for the value that you bring to the table as well. So briefly gonna let those ladies say hi, and then we're gonna jump right back into it with a question and to get the discussion started. If you haven't already, make sure you go to Hopefully Like Entrepreneurship on YouTube and share this call online on your social media pages. So Trillionaire Tracy, come on and say hey, baby.
Hello, everyone. How are you? I know you vibrating high, so all is good. All is good, right? So we are here today to just talk about how to get the bag, right? Because we're just about tired of not having it and tired of it depending on some corporate place, right? So I, as a retired pharmacist, used to make 6 figures in corporate America. Yeah. But tired of telling somebody else telling me when I can do it and what I can do it and how I can do it, right? So today we're going to talk about how you tell yourself what to do and where to do it and how to do it and even make more money than you made in corporate America, right? Be the bank, right? So that's what we're here to do.
Exactly. We are the bank. We are the ATM. We print money at will daily. Money comes to us easily, abundantly. It flows to us effortlessly from expected and unexpected places. So we are super, super grateful to have Trillionaire Tracy in the house with us. The wonderful, the divine coach, Louise Taylor Lopez. Say hi to the people.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for inviting me back again. I'm very excited to be a part of this group and to share what we know and the knowledge that we can grow upon with each other. And I'm just blessed to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Who else we have from our panel? Dr. Joy. Hey, baby. How you feeling? How was your week?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy to be back here. Mentoring and networking with you ladies. I am here to be mentored about the Forex this week because I'm new to Forex. So I can't wait to hear what everyone has to say about it. So I am here for it. Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. And so that was 1, 2, 3. And our last but not least, Miss Divana Quarles, Ty Pips, come on, vibe check. We can't hear you, mommy. Unmute yourself.
There you go. It wasn't unmuting. Sorry about that, guys. Well, hi, yeah, my name is Ty Pips. I'm definitely all about getting your time back, which is why my LLC branded as such. I understand that there are multiple streams of income out there that's available, and we kind of shy away from the most lucrative ones just because of lack of knowledge. So that's really what I'm key on getting out to the people. And a lot of people have us confused. They call us like these Forex people, like we're out here trying to just scam people through something, when in all reality, the Forex is just a vessel to make the money you need, to have the capital you need, remove the stress from spending so much time at a job, and then you actually can focus on your dreams. So for us to get the actual skill out to the people is really my goal, most importantly. I'm definitely a network marketer, so I'm out here to And for my people, that's not something called a scam. You know, we're network marketers and everything we do, down to for all my females that do hair on the side. You're a network marketer when you're trying to get a team of other braiders and you get a salon, you're network marketing your services. So most of the times we just do not have the capital to do what we need to do to get our dream to set off. So just understand that we're not here to say that everybody, oh, we enjoy Forex, so we want you to do it. No, it's a necessity. You have to know how to grow your money. And Forex is the fastest way with the least amount of capital. And so that's going to be the vessel to everything. So I can teach that to as many people as possible. We're going to be able to make some major, major changes. So that's what I'm here for.
All right. So yes, first, I just want to thank all of you ladies. Thank you, all of your introductions, letting the people know who you are. And we're definitely going to give some more information on who these ladies are later. But Ty, thank you so much for kind of leading into what we kind of wanted to lead into. One, networking. Okay. Like all of us, we're aware, we've seen through our lives, like network marketing. Okay. We understand it. We've heard it. And a lot of us, we shied away from it just because of the negative connotations that comes along with it. What was the difference now? Like what did you see as far as the different types of investments, different types of opportunities? What was the difference between this time and times before that you may have been presented with this opportunity?
Or a similar one?
Mm-hmm.
For me, I think I'm just was too shy of a person. So whenever I heard network marketing, I thought sales, convincing people to buy something that may not even be that great, you know. And then in my community, as soon as you hear network marketing, they always equal it to a pyramid scheme. So for the most part, that's why I didn't really take heed to it. And then to be honest with you, a lot of times it never came across my table. Like that's not what my friends are talking about. That's not what they were into. You know, they were talking about the next credit card scam. It's always like they were really talking about all the scams, how to get over on using different ways. But I can't really say that I ever shied away from opportunities as far as networking go. I just always wanted to be the person that had the recipe. So I feel like a lot of times I was presented the position to still be the slave worker. You know, like I wanted to figure out how do I get on the top of that? Like, how do I keep ending up on the bottom of these, even though I have an accounting degree. I was an accountant, but I still was on the bottom of that pyramid. And I knew my ceiling only went up so high from the lady next to me who worked 23 years. So I think that was my turning point. I'm at the same job as she is, but she's been there 23 years and I'm making more than her. That freaked me out. And I'm saying to myself, you're 60 something. When are you going to be able to retire? She said, probably never. And so I said, oh no, I'm going to find something that's going to free me from this. So luckily, Forex landed across my lap, and then I was excited because I didn't realize you can start trading with as low as $50. You just needed to know how.
Exactly. We just needed to know how. So,
Yes.
you know, something that was so clever, I feel like the Lady TK, thank you for your response, you know, first and foremost, before we segue, because I certainly want to hear what some of the other panelists' input is. But something that was so clever that Lady TK came up with earlier in the week, you know, we always feel like investing or building wealth or trading is so risky. But risk is just recognizing it's simply knowledge, okay? Recognizing is simply knowledge, okay? And so we can have all the knowledge that we want to, right? But if we don't apply it, okay, if we don't know better, become knowledgeable about something, know better, and then apply it to do better, then we profit ourselves nothing, we profit our communities nothing, we profit our families nothing. And so we have to take the knowledge when it's presented to us, we have to research it, properly analyze it. But guys, if somebody comes to you talking about Forex now, unless they're saying, give me your money and let me put it in some type of something, no, if somebody's coming to try and share the skill with you, then there's no need for you to be concerned about that, for you to still be confused about money, thinking it's a scam. Like Ty Pip said, you know, a lot of our current friends and family, these are not conversations that they're having. So when you bring something to people that are close to you, especially if this is one of your first ventures, right, into networking, into entrepreneurship, if this is one of your first ventures, then of course it's going to be uncomfortable. But the reason why network marketing and direct sales is the top paying industry, or excuse me, I think it's one of the top 3 paying industries in the whole world, is because it forces you so far outside of your comfort zone that you have no choice but to grow and expand. So Dr. Joy, you said you were here because you were definitely interested in Forex. What'd you say?
I just want to make a note before we go to
Go ahead.
Dr. Joy. One second, Dr. Joy. I just wanted you to take away from what Ty was saying. There's 3 things that is influencers, and I do want.
Oh yeah, for those of y'all taking notes, because that's what we here for. Take the notes, y'all.
Yes, I'm very curious to hear if any other panelists actually had those same kind of influences. She made it like pyramid scheme, pretty much because of what she's been told, what she heard. That's environmental. Then she was like, oh, people around me were talking about, oh, let's do a scam. Again, that's environmental. And then like the light bulb moment was noticing like, hey, the way that I've been taught to do things is not working. So that goes into that new economy that we're going to talk about. She found a solution for that new economy, Forex.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So pay attention to, the steps that people are going through this, because you're probably having the same questions in your mind. You're probably having the same things going on. I'm working, but it's not working for me. All right. So again, this is what this is for. We're trying to get this out there that, hey, there's options if you're having these questions in your head. All right. Now, Dr. Joy, you go ahead.
So yeah, Dr. Joy, back to that question that we started off with, Ty, like what was the segue that made you open up? I mean, I know that you have, as per our conversation last week, that you've been operating your own brick and mortar for quite some time now. And we know that you're an educator. We know that you love not only to go to school and get educated, but you also love to educate others. So what is it that, kind of helped you see that, okay, Forex is not a scam? And not only that it's not a scam, but that it's critical in the times that we are in presently, that everyone learns this skill just for the benefit of creating their own economy.
You're muted.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. So, I didn't know about Forex probably 6 months ago. And when people first started talking to me about Forex, I'm like, hey, I'm on Telegram. There's somebody in my inbox talking about this. It gotta be a scam. I done been in all these susus where everybody's supposed to be like-minded and think about, growing the economy and economic development through susus and all this stuff. And so that's when I got first presented with it. And I think that the light bulb went off when I finally went to a presentation. When people just saying certain things, I'm like, okay, but young lady was like, hey, just come to this presentation and change my life. I want my life to change, so why not? So I went to the meeting, and I just listened, and I thought, everybody is in search of multiple revenue streams. And a lot of times when people think about multiple revenue streams, they think about they got to work harder. They think about, oh, I got to get another job, or I need another side hustle. We don't think about investing. We don't think about Forex or this because it's foreign to us. It was foreign to me. I've been to school, and I was like, I done racked up so much student loan debt, and then I'm looking like 10 cents. I can change my life with $50 and 10-cent loans. Okay, I'm in. So I feel like, I'm about to pay my student loans off. That's all I'm about to say. So put me in the game, coach.
There's no doubt to. It's done. It's
already done. I saw this post maybe yesterday, I think it was, and it said, man, people finish school, they have $100,000 or more in student loan debt. They graduate and people are like, oh, congratulations. So hyped for you. You know what I'm saying? Then you get married, you spend $40,000 on on one wedding day. Okay.
Man.
And people are like, congratulations. Oh,
Yes.
and then you buy that new house, right? And now you're another
Mhm.
50, 60, whoever knows how much in debt. Okay, well, no, probably about 250 in today's market, $250,000 in debt. And then you go buy that new car, right? And you got that loan for that new car, and everybody's like, congratulations. Oh, girl, you're doing it big. Da, 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 da. But you are in like $500,000 worth of debt. No,
Yeah.
stop it, sis. You are
Let
not
me, let me
winning.
just say
Okay.
this too. Let me just say this for us women, mothers, or single moms, and I know that was the topic last week, but I want to say this. You know, they tell single moms that the only way for them to live above the poverty line is for them to go to school and get an education. Okay. And they'll help you with a little bit of Pell Grant, you know, till you get to a certain point. But if you want something beyond a bachelor's degree, you're going to have to pay for it yourself. But they don't tell you that those student loans that you're taking out, and you're probably taking out extra because you need help living day to day to take care of your family. So you're taking out extra money that you don't need just to pay for school, but to live. But then them student loans, they come back after you done got educated, and they act as a retroactive tax. Because those other people, they probably didn't have to take out so much money in student loans because they didn't need help going day to day. But if you would have just told me about this Forex, I could have been using this Forex to pay for some of them classes.
They
So.
were.
Trillionaire Tracy sound like she want to hop in right about there. Trillionaire Tracy look like she gonna hop in right there.
Look, I'm about to break out the organ and pass the collection plate because she preaching. You hear me? So one of my besties on here, Bridget, we're both pharmacists, and we said to each other, we were like, if they taught this in pharmacy school, we would have either not needed a student loan or we would have paid it off before we got out of school, right? So what happens is people think that when you have a certain degree that you make all this money, right? Yeah, we make all this money, but all those things you just listed, right? The house, the car, the student loans, by the time we finish paying all of that, we live in paycheck to paycheck just like everybody else. And it's ridiculous that you making six figures and still living paycheck to paycheck, right? So then what happens is when you present something else to them, they like, look, I don't have time for nothing else. I'm working overtime. I'm doing all of the, okay? Hello? So that was the thing too. So that even with my 6-figure job, I was still working extra days on my days off to help pay off these doggone student loans. Cause you're right, sister, I wouldn't look. I took out extra money to help us get through while I was going to school, right? So it's crazy. But then you see this and you're like, how come nobody told us about this? Especially, now let me just say, I really get upset when I present it to somebody and they say, oh yeah, I've been doing that for a couple of years. Or they say they know somebody who's been doing it. So I'm like, so you mean to tell me somebody in the community knows this and didn't share it? You seriously letting me work my tail off 12 hours on my feet? And you ain't say nothing about the fact that instead of going, hello, let's just do this. You ain't tell me that, okay, Tracy, you get a bonus. Your bonus was 30K, but they taxed it at bonus. So I only got 50% of that. Hello, somebody. So instead of me working like I'm crazy and then getting super, super taxed, I could have spent my time at home, had my phone in my hand, made a couple of Bitcoin trades, and then enjoyed my family. Really? Y'all had that information and didn't tell me. Okay, but that's all right. Y'all done told the right one.
In 2010, Bitcoin was like 0.003, not even a cent. We didn't know to get in that. We didn't know.
But if we knew, Bitcoin right now is at about 60,000.
Oh wait, baby, he broke 60 this weekend.
Yeah, I'm about to say broke 60. So
yeah, no, that's my boo. He broke 60 this weekend.
Right. Exactly. And so there are new, so we're going to get into the new economy too, because there are new cryptocurrencies there are new cryptocurrencies that you sold, like Bitcoin was new 12, 13, 15 years ago. There are new cryptocurrencies. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit. And I know Coach Taylor Lopez has a little bit for us on that note as well. But we're going to talk about those new cryptocurrencies because there are still new cryptocurrencies that you can buy and hold. So that is a form of investing. Holding is definitely a form of investing. But I think the reason that we are so excited about Forex is because you don't have to buy and hold. You can literally, when is the last time that you bought something and made money the same day? Or made money within the same 30, 40 minutes, okay? Like it happens daily. It happens daily. Go ahead, Lady TK.
Well, I just want to make a comment to the chats. I do see the chat lighting up. Enrica is making me laugh now. Yes, we weren't supposed to know it. It's true, we weren't supposed to know it, but you know, it's one of those things that it's funny. You know how Tracy was like, you tell people, and they're like, yeah. I actually had someone approach me with it, but I didn't understand it. I wasn't in my mind frame then. I did not understand what they were talking about. They were like, yeah, pips, and you watching this. And I was like, look, I don't like math. And that's how I kind of brushed it off. You know, and the thing is, just be honest, it wasn't really open to us for all this time. It's something that's not even new. When you're explaining to people, hey, this is not new. Forex is not new. This has been around since bartering. It technically is the same thing. You're just evaluating currencies, watch rise and fall, going along with the trends, and making sure you get your bag as you go along with the trend. You're watching the banks do what they do with your money anyway. Like, let's be honest, it's your money anyway. You put your money in your savings account. All right, they giving you like, hey, we might give you 2% on it each year. So you had $100 in there, you get 2% on that each year. Come on, spend 5 years for what? For what? I'm not good at math. $10 is that? Am I like for what? I may be wrong on that. Look, I'm not good at math. I'm not gonna lie, but I know money. I know how to get money. That's different. Look now, like. You know, just want you to think about that. And I look, when Dr. Joy was talking about the susus, we all been hit like the susus, but I will say something. Group economics works if you know how to work it.
Come on
and
now.
One thing I found about Forex is that it's a great way to practice group economics. A lot of people forget the aspect that is helping each other. And if you're helping each other learn a skill, someone put it this way, and it hit me, and I didn't forget it. Okay. People often say, you know, teach a man why, you know, give a man a fish when you can teach him how to fish. Why not only teach a man how to fish, but show him how to get his own lake. Because that's really what we're doing with the Forex market. That's actually real group economics. Hey, let's help each other, lift each other up. Oh, you struggling? Here's a signal real quick. I don't have $50, but this market does.
Okay. Hello.
So, you know, I think we all came from that kind of mentality, but we have to change what that is. Yes, there's scammers out there and everything, but we just have to actually show people. Sometimes it's best shown is what I'm noticing. But I think you wanted to go ahead and move on to.
Yeah. So speaking of, that's cool that we started talking about group economics. Before we move on, can you guys hear us and see us? Because we look frozen over here. I just want to make sure that y'all can hear us and see us. Okay, cool.
Yes.
We good. All right. So I do want to segue briefly.
It's breaking up.
Say again.
Like you guys are frozen on my end.
Okay, that might be that Chromebook. Did you get that new computer yet?
I'm on my phone, but thanks for the jab. Appreciate it.
It wasn't personal, girl. I'm gonna give you a big old wet kiss when I see you in April, okay?
Ooh,
anyway, Coach Louise Taylor Lopez. Okay, don't you do no janky stuff. It might be my old raggedy HP too, but we're gonna give praise and thanks right now to the universe for the technology that we have that is working so well for us to be able to connect together right now. Coach Taylor Lopez, I wanted to segue. So talking about group economics, a couple things, right? Because we are talking about networking as well. And so in regards to group economics and networking, what are some ways that you can think of that you have personally participated in group economics in the past outside of like a SUSU or whatever we might have been involved in last year? And then like kind of, what type of networking strategies did you use to kind of share that opportunity with individuals?
Okay, outside of 365, I first want to say I've always been one to take the risk in my family. There's usually the people around you are not looking ahead, right? And I was always one to look ahead. So you all mentioned Bitcoin, right? When it came out and I learned a little bit about it, I wanted to get that. But the people around me didn't know anything about it. They said that was a scam, including my husband. And at the time, he wasn't my husband, he was my boyfriend. And I was like, wait, look at this Bitcoin. This sounds like something that could be the future of money. All the way back then, when it was like a penny or less than a penny. And I want to say that our environment and the people around us can affect our decisions for the future. You know, now he's on board with it. Since last year, he's been into the cryptocurrency now, right? But look how long it took for him to actually, you know, look at something else in order to make money. Okay. So my experience with, I've never been in Azusa, is that what it's called? Or the other one that you mentioned, I've never been a part of that, but at my church, they had something called the hand, right? And what it was everybody put their money in. If you needed money for something, let's say $5,000, you get enough people and every week you put that money in and everybody takes a number. And when that number comes up, you get the full amount of money. So I really like that because I'm not paying a bank, I'm not paying interest, I'm paying back what I've taken with everybody giving that allotted amount of money. So at one point I needed money for something and my mom's like, well, do you want to join this? Because we're starting it in a week or two. And I said, sure, that would be great. And it was awesome because I had what I needed. It was there for me when I needed it. And then all I had to do was pay it back in the allotted amount of time. It was like either 12 weeks or 8 weeks. Everybody agreed upon it. And of course, it's people that you trust. It's people that you know are going to put their money back in. Everybody has a job, but we know that everybody can afford this amount of money every week or every 2 weeks, whatever it is. So that was my experience with group economics, which was awesome. For my husband, it was completely different. His was going to get a quick loan down the street, you know, and they took so much money from him. And I would be like, you're getting more and more into debt. And I was like, how much are you paying back in interest? It shocked me. And I was like, that's no way to live. But then the environment that he was brought up in, that's all he knew. You know what I'm saying? So when as we started to grow in our relationship, I was like, you need to look at money differently. I told him he had to stop taking those loans, those quick loans, and that he had to stop getting all these credit cards, start paying them off, start watching our money, like what we're spending it on. So in group economics, it can also just be two people learning how to manage money. And then from that expand and then learn about different ways of making income. So now I'm to the point where I just want to make, back then I wanted to make several streams of income, but my environment and the people around me was not, you know, they weren't willing to take the chance, willing to learn and get the knowledge that they needed. So I had to, on my own, just really be like, Lord, I need you to direct me, order my steps, because the people around me are not, you know, aware of this. And then I met YouTube. Okay. And then YouTube kind of became my best friend for researching stuff other than Google. Okay. And so I had to start searching it out for myself. I couldn't rely on others because the other people were really hindering me or holding me back from what I'm seeking out. And just for me to seek out and learn for myself, that was a decision I had to make, because I couldn't go to them because they would say, well, that's a scam. That's a pyramid scheme. Everything's a pyramid scheme to them, right? And so I'm just like, and when you're searching, you're going to fall into different things. Not everything's going to be 100%. You're going to fall into, like they say, pyramid schemes or something that didn't work out. That's because you're searching. That's going to be all a part of the process. And I understood that the part of the process was making mistakes and learning from them. So I decided, no matter what, I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep learning. I'm going to just gain the knowledge. And I think that's a big thing. Gaining knowledge is a huge thing, because the environment I grew up in versus the environment my husband grew up in, he lacked a lot of knowledge about money and how to manage money and how to grow money. All these things he was lacking in, and I had to learn on my side, even though I was looking for different streams of income and being an entrepreneur and learning from what I knew. It was the fact that I needed the knowledge. I needed that knowledge to help me to grow and to research and to grow my knowledge base. Even the people around me, I had to say, okay, these are not the type of people that can help me with economics, So one of the groups of people that we try to address were the people that did the hand at the church. They understand what that means to put in money and work with each other in order to get the money that you need, And so that's the type of people we try to target, those who understand what it means to be faithful in payments and faithful in and loyal to the overall picture of what you want to see done. So like with 365, you're saying, okay, we want to get to this level of income or payment strategy. So therefore, we all have the same focus, the same goal, and we go for that, Not everybody's like that. So there's trial and error in everything, but I think group economics is the best. Out of everything else, getting a loan, going to quick loans, even borrowing money from family, that can get you in a lot of trouble too, or friends. So I think the group economics is a lot easier and safer than all the other alternatives that I can think of. So that was my experience just with the whole group economics, the networking, the learning phases, the pushing forward, and the knowledge base that I needed to move forward in these things. So is that good?
Yes, that is good. Look, I'm just gonna I'm writing my notes, so I'm gonna break it down for you. My video may be choppy, but hopefully y'all can still hear me. So the 3 things that I got from Coach Lopez there, and it's very powerful. Number 1, you got to break that scam barrier. It starts with that mindset, and that comes with changing your environment. All right, changing your environment. Ty mentioned it earlier. Those people around her like, nah, that's a scam, but then wanted to go scam people. All right, wait, what? So sometimes you have to change that environment. 2, she gained knowledge. She actually gained the knowledge. She went seeking for it, YouTube, finding any way possible. That, that's also when you're looking for people like, hey, build your business or build your team, you want to look for people like that as well, that they're actually, wanting to seek, gain knowledge. And the 3rd, like the most important, that she applied it. She's here. She got a business. She's a coach. She applied it. She got the knowledge, and now she doing what she do. All right. Same thing that all of us are continually doing, even when it's through Forex, even when it's investing, growing our businesses, doing our other endeavors and different things that we do. If we had to go through these steps, and if someone's on this kind of start, there you go. You have to break the barrier, the mindset, the things that's keeping you from going. You got to gain that knowledge. And not only that, if you got knowledge and you don't apply it, then you didn't really learn anything. So you got to go and apply that knowledge. Something also to take away from what Coach Lopez was talking about is that, her church was doing group economics. It's not something that's, it's been given a bad name because of the recent phase of people doing the susus. Pretty much what the bad part of what the hand probably was, trying to do is kind of the bad part of that. And some people for some, some cases, but it is important that you all have that like mind. I think that's why I didn't work a lot online, because you had people saying they were like-minded, but they still were looking after themselves. It wasn't, but it's not something that we haven't been doing. You've been part of a PTA, a booster club. You all had this like mind to get to a certain economic goal. You've been doing this. This is nothing new.
Mhm.
Just now we have to navigate how do we do that with the new economy. And I wanted also to make note, about the environment. Look, our whole environment, this is why it's very important to get brought out of that mindset. Our whole environment throughout our lives have been spending debt. Everything we have been taught is to spend, to put us in debt. Why? Because we are the table that the money game is played on. If we stand up, they have no more game. Just straight up.
Well, I want to add to that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we was coming to you, boo.
Yep, you were next anyway.
Yeah, I know earlier guys were mentioning, we were talking about why we stray away from opportunities, and Rika had posted in the chat, she was saying we wasn't supposed to know. So, you guys, when people are asking you or they want to say, I don't believe it, I think it's a scam. And it's funny because I'm retired from it and people still ask me, oh, are you really retired from it? Like, well, I ain't worked since July. So somehow I'm still here, and it ain't from residuals because I wasn't making money through residuals with IM where I was for 2 years. And that's a prime school that really helped a lot of people make millions. It was one of the first companies to put network marketing and Forex together. But for people who don't know, it's like, if you really want to get into getting this information out to people, it's really good to know the history. So for one, they actually banned learning about trade and currencies in school. Like, that's something that's banned by law, so that's why you won't even catch that in school. And then 2, they made it really expensive. So that type of information was never going to be at our table if you had to have a net worth of $3 million and you had to have $100,000 to open a broker account at that time frame. So even if somebody sat this at our table, we wouldn't even be able to play in the game anyway. So that's what, when people want to know the background, that was part of the issue. So a lot of people don't know about 401k. They get really excited. And so for people who don't know, I just want you to write down, if your company is having you invest in 401k, just understand your money is invested in stock, which also means the stock is being invested in the Forex market. So there's like a pyramid of markets. Forex is at the top. So it's no irony that where the money is made the most, you don't see that anywhere, but every place you go to, every new state you go to, what do you see? A foreign exchange booth. Nobody made that correlation that's how you exchange your money. So if the only way we used to do, we either send money back home. I have a lot of family that we should send money back home to Jamaica, Puerto Rico, because it will be a lot more worth there, but they don't realize we do the same thing in the Forex market. That's exactly what we're doing. We're gaining the money from the fluctuation between the different currencies. So we have to understand why it's so important to do this and get it out to people is because, for one, the Forex market is not going anywhere, but everything else comes and goes. Even with the new cryptos, what happened? We just added it to the Forex market. We didn't say, hey, get rid of the Forex market. No, we just add to it. So no matter if you want to do stocks, if you want to do real estate, if you really want to invest in anything, you have to know about the Forex market. You have to, because that's where everything is moving. That's where everything is moving. So God forbid if you are a barber and something like COVID happens, guess what? You can't cut hair through the screen, but your money can still make money in the market. When you hear people complaining about the real estate market going down, guess what? We don't have to be affected by that. Why? Because the real estate market, sorry to tell people, that is kind of a scam as well. You have to understand the banks work with the mortgages, that they do this thing where every few months they lower the interest rate and they let all the poor people rack up all these homes. They approve you for loans you really don't qualify for. And what they do is they wait. Everybody's excited. You're like, oh, I heard about flipping homes. I've been watching it on TV. You never really read a book about it, never went to school, never invested, but you saw them flip homes on TV. So you figure, I'm gonna go buy me 3 or 4 because they don't lower the rates. I could put 1,000 on this, 1,000 on that. But guess what? In about 2 months later, everything's gonna go skyrocket. You're gonna not be able to pay your mortgage in about 3 months. The bank's gonna come in, take that from you and put it right back on the market again. And they just keep making the money over and over. And then guess what they're gonna do after that? Send you back to work, all right? Tell you to keep investing in the same 401k that you can't even cash out on. If you cash out early, you're gonna get taxed. And then on top of it, we know the stock market crashes every 8 years. Like, it's not a secret anymore. It's not a secret. Come on, like, I mean, and let's
And when the
think about
stock market crashes, Forex traders are recession proof, still making money. Because guess what? We make money whether we buy or sell. Okay.
I get super excited. So, you know, I need people to understand that it's and I have a lot of people that push back on me. Oh, but Ty made a lot of money in stocks. Ty, my 401k set me up. It sets you up for this much of time. This much of time. I know people who had stocks, they was holding stocks for 10, 15 years. And matter of fact, the boss that I don't work for him no more, obviously, but he was crying at work. So y'all know I was in trade school still learning. I made my biggest amount of money while he was in that office crying. Because them, and mind you, I was talking to him during our lunches and I would say, hey, I know you do stocks, but you know, you might want to get into this Forex thing over here. And I could show you some things. He was laughing, but honey, ask me when I was buying gold with 25 cents, he was in there crying because he just started to recover from the 2008 crash.
And it crashed again. And it went right back down on him. Yep.
So he, as much as he think he's on the right side of money, he caught up in the matrix too, because all he doing is stock. You cannot have all your eggs in one basket. There are some things, you know, stock, you really got to get in early for the good stuff. I'm just going to be honest with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So,
speaking of that though, if stocks is your thing, you could definitely look at some Chinese stocks that are in the early stages of American economy. And, you know, they're a lot more advanced than we are, but because they were considered third world or whatever, if you will, for so long, a lot of their stuff, they're currently in a peak time of economic growth. So if stocks is your thing, okay, well, definitely Forex is king, right? but if stocks is your thing too, that's still a thing. And there are some good tech companies in China, so you can do your research and you can find some early things to get into. Some of the most famous investors that we know of, Warren Buffett and what's his right-hand man, Charlie somebody, anyway, they had a 500% return within the last 2 years on one of those companies. So definitely look into that. So we are talking a new economy. Ty, did you have anything else before we segue?
I don't know, girl, you done cut me off. I got lost track. It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I just think people don't know all the backgrounds about, think of like the economy, like a chess game, you know, like all the things like real estate, stocks, and other little ways you can make your money. Those are like the little pawns on the thing, but the king of them all is Forex, because everything goes through Forex at the end of the day. So you guys, if you can learn how to leverage your money in the Forex market, you'll be able to do whatever you want to do. You know, you really can. And you can, even if it takes you making a little bit of Forex money to invest in something like Tiki Tari's newsletter, that's $200. That gives you all the best knowledge for stocks, because that's where I get my stock tips from. You know, so like right now, I told a lot of people to invest in ICE and SBNY, which is Signature Bank of New York, about 3 months ago. I've gotten such great feedback because they got in early. They didn't, you know, a year or 2 years ago, they wouldn't listen to me. But now I got people jumping on it fast and they actually made some good money. I didn't even get into the stock at the time I told them because I was busy helping other people. But just to know that I invested $200, I, for the rest of my life, will get his newsletter. So we have to start making those small investments into the people who have the knowledge, so that way we can be ahead of the game and not wait so long, because I'm just tired of my people waiting so long to get on the train.
Mm-hmm.
We wait so long and we end up getting the crumbs.
And you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it, guys. Literally, we are in the midst of the greatest wealth transfer. If you look over the track record, so we know that the market crashes every 8 years in America, okay? And if you look at the track record from how many millionaires and billionaires are created after every single recession, okay, this was the biggest tank that our economy has ever seen coming into this pandemic, whatever. Okay, this was the biggest tank that our economy has ever seen. So imagine what's available for you to capitalize on as we segue into the new economy, guys. And it's not even really a new economy. It's what everything started with. Okay, the Forex market has been around for as long as there has been any type of currency trading, bartering, whatever you name it. Okay, we talking back to dynastic trade routes and stuff. Okay, guys, like this is nothing new. And now within the last 5 years, retail traders like you and I are able to now get into the market. Your banks have already been doing this, okay? Literally, like Lady TK brought out on our last Bag Ladies episode last week, your banks have been, they literally make you sign. And if you're not reading the fine print, when you open up a checking account, when you open up a savings account, and you can go on different job hiring sites. Wells Fargo, Bank of America, all these big banks are hiring Forex traders, okay? Because this is what they do with your money while it's sitting in the bank, okay? So while you get that little 2% return maybe at the end of the year, they've already flipped your money in the market over 7 times over, okay? There's an earning potential in the Forex market of up to $7 trillion per day, okay? So if you need that gas money, if you need light bill money, if you need a mortgage payment, if you need whatever you need, you want a new car, whatever you need, we're talking Forex funded, all 2020 WON, okay? So that's not the only thing though, you know what I'm saying? Because we got into the group economics, we got into the networking, guys, literally, okay, bartering was the first exchange system, okay? There's nothing new under the sun, people. This is exactly what we're returning back to. People are no longer relying on governments and different institutions and jobs, okay? Machines are taking your jobs, okay? Machines are taking your jobs, okay? So you're gonna have to figure out some kind of way, okay, to literally become your own stimulus, create your own economy so that you are recession proof. We have the keys to the kingdom, people. You know, it's literally, I wanted to talk about group economics because we don't understand how important it is. I told people in the live last week, if you talk to me, I'm gonna tell you, we don't need the money, okay? We just need each other, all right? There has to be a level of trust. So I wanna talk about networking, right? And how you develop trust, or what qualities you look for in a group of people, or a mentor, or, you know, anybody that you're looking to connect with as far as expanding yourself, creating wealth, and getting into that niche. Did you have something before we?
Yeah, you know, I just wanted to kind of start with that. I will say, this pandemic was actually an introvert's dream when it comes to business. You don't want to be with people, you don't really want to be around people. You can easily just put on the camera and still be in your pajamas. This was the introvert's dream. So if you are an introvert, this is one of the things that you really want to take advantage of. Networking is not what it was before. Yes, you know, I'm prayerful that we're all going to be coming to a time that we're going to be around each other more. But now it's time to utilize the different tools, the different resources that you can have online. Now is the time to tap into how to do ads, how to do funnels, how to do drop shipping, things that you do not have to leave the house for. Why? Because a lot of people are doing services that you don't have to leave the house for. That's the reason why Uber Eats works, DoorDash. They all saw something as time and things were changing that they could fill in. All right. And you know, I believe that's just going to continue to happen with different aspects. So that's where you got to get in where you fit in. That's part of that new economy. Now you have to do things differently because AI is coming in, because a lot of things are going to be done better with different systems, because they no longer want to take cash. You have to find different ways to navigate around this new economy. And I understand for a lot of people that's going to be hard. They may not want to, but that's part of that change. That's a part of getting out of that mindset. That's a part of accepting new information. But this is a wonderful time. Like I said, if you're a person who really does not like to be around people, you know, I'm not necessarily, it's not that I don't want to be around people, but hey, I get drained. It's one of those things, okay, I got to go home. I got to recharge. I'll meet y'all a little bit later. But this is the time and age for you. You can show who you are without having to have that social anxiety. because you can record as many times as you want to on that video. You know, you can actually, you know, there's someone now, there's things out there for everyone. If you feel that this is weird about you, I promise there's somebody else that's out there that's doing it in a Facebook group. I promise you. So this is it. Take those elements, take that knowledge, and learn from that, especially us. Again, I did want to give kudos to Coach Lopez, because she was being that Proverbs 31 woman. And she was like, look, this ain't cutting it. Look, this ain't cutting it. Let me go ahead and find something else to for the family, because the winter is coming and I got to do what I got to do to clothe my family for the winter. She took on those verses. It was like, hey, that's what we got to do. Women, honestly, that's really what we have to do. We know that. We see that. Anybody, I'm not married. I bless y'all that are, because y'all go through a lot. But you know, like the male species. I mean, I know there's some men on here, but the male species, there's just certain things that they just don't click. That click for us. It just happens that way. And if you look over time, network marketing has been a thing that women are great at, because we're great at making those connections. All right. So I do want to hear, you know, each one of us have our own business, or have our own groups, have our own teams that we brought together. What types of like tips, what type of things did you do to build that, especially in this pandemic? Because we see the Bitcoin miners, we get the same hello, how are you doing in our messaging. What do you do different to show that you're a person, that you're actually trying to help, that you're here for the people? Because I know that matters a lot. Feel free, whoever wants to mute first.
Okay, well, I'll go. I, like most of the people on the panel, I participated in, we called it Ujamaa, which was also cooperative economics, SUSU's, other names for it. And so I joined a group probably in May, and just became the person who was in the back taking notes on how it was supposed to work, and looked up and I was the leader of the group. Don't know how that happened, but that tends to happen, right? So what I found while doing that was that, like you said, it's mainly women, because we are constantly looking for ways to multiply, to take those 2 fish and 5 loaves and feed the masses. That's what we're always looking for, right? Whereas men, to tell them there is a way to have income and they didn't actually sweat for it, they tend to not. Yeah, it's something about their brain. Just know I have to work to get money. If I'm not working, then there's a scam somewhere. I will find it with my magnifying glass, right? So the blessing I had was that, is that my husband, if I say the words, if I start the sentence with, I feel it in my spirit, and then I say it, then we ain't got to argue about it, right? So if I say, I feel that I feel in my spirit that this works, that this cooperative economics is a way for us to get together, and for us to help each other and not be dependent on, you know, the government, whether or not they vote yes or no, to not depend on the church, whether or not the secretary says yes or no if you ask for some money, whether or not to depend on whoever else we dependent on, right? And so if I started out with, I feel it in my spirit, then yeah, he just, okay, all right then. Because then, in his mind, he has somewhere to go if it don't go wrong. It's like on his knees going, okay, now you told her, right? Okay. So anywho, the question was, what do I look for? I look for a person who is, they are not just looking to get money for themselves. What I mean is, yes, they may need it, but once they get the information and once they get the money, it's going to bless somebody else. So even if that somebody else is their kids, or that somebody else is their parent, or that somebody else is their church, it's not going to stop. So I look for conduits. I look for places where the money is going to go through and bless more than just that person. And I tend to have more success that way. If I hear somebody start talking about, well, you know, I want to do this, and if I hear I a lot, that's typically not a good person. But if that's somebody who, when they're talking, they mention somebody outside of themselves, that tends to be a good person to continue to share the information with, because they have okay, so I heard somebody say, if your why don't make you cry, your excuses will, right? So if they don't have a why that will make them keep going when they're tempted to stop, then they typically, even if they start, they won't continue. So that's what I look for.
I agree. I definitely, that why is definitely important. Coach Lopez, you have anything you want to say about that?
I was just agreeing with her. I totally agree with everything that she said. It is definitely important that you work. Like I told you, with the church group, we had no problems.
Got it.
No problems. So therefore, you know, everyone paid on time. If they couldn't, they told somebody, hey, I will get paid on Wednesday, or I will have double payment by Saturday. You know what I'm saying? They took it very seriously, and they knew that people were depending on them to make the payment, because when they want their money, they want to make sure that they get all of their money. So we had trustworthy people, and people who wanted to either feed their family or whatever the case may be. They were very like-minded in their choice and their dedication to do something. And like she said, you know, if they're all about themselves, like we saw in some of the cyclers, you know, certain people would just go into the $10 one and never move and never go anywhere else. And that caused a problem, you know. They didn't want to follow instructions. Also, people who will follow instructions. There are people that just, they want to do what they want to do. So you have to find trustworthy people, and having something else to put your focus on, not just you, is a big deal. It definitely is. So I completely agree with that.
Now, I like to know, before I ask Ty, because I definitely want to ask Ty and Dr. Joy as well. Now there is, I just want to make this comment, and y'all can, you know, dump on me if y'all want to. There is a certain aspect where your why does have to be for yourself. And the reason I say that is when the same people that you're trying to help may come be like, why are you doing this? Or they may not be the most encouraging. The same people that are the ones that you're passionate about. We see it with our people all the time. We want to help our people so much, but they're the main ones that be like, nah, it's a scam. And it hurts. So you have to have something in yourself, a why for yourself as well. Yes, I do agree. Yes, there has to be, you know, I do agree. It's people that have a bigger vision other than themselves, that those usually are the best people to work with, simply because their vision is bigger. If you're looking outside, your vision is a whole lot bigger. Now, the reason I just brought up the having a why for yourself is because Ty's actually her story actually inspires me, the weight loss journey. And I did want you to speak about that a little bit, you know, just go into that a little bit about what your why was and how that, because I know a little bit of, you know, your story, especially with the trading and the teams like that. And you just kept going. You had to keep going. You keep going. So, you know, I heard Coach Lopez. I heard Trina Tracy. I do want to hear when it's maybe the why is more personal and get that kind of that aspect to it.
I guess it has to do with my upbringing and coming from Harlem in the early 80s. We were hit with the crack era so hard. So, you know, Harlem was the place to be. That's where you were Black and successful. And, you know, they were all about looking good, keeping the money in the community. But we didn't know what crack was, you know. So when I was like 5 or 6, I watched really prestigious people overnight, literally a week later, looked like death hit them. And so growing up in that world, I really like lost myself in books from a young age. So I think from young, I had to really worry about myself. And ironically, me focusing on myself still had to deal with other people. Like my why still ended up being other people at that. I can't even say it was really me, because I took care of me because I was worried about my sisters. I was worried about my friends and family that were like, we were getting raised by grandparents at that time, because our parents were the ones who actually got hooked to the crack and stuff like that. So during that time frame, you heard a lot of people say, oh no, my grandmother raised me. Oh, I was with my grandma. I was with mostly grandmas. It wasn't really too many grandfathers, because that already was an epidemic in the community of us not having father figures. So I have to say, it's still, my why was still other people. It was my family. It was my Black kings and queens. I don't know if I'm just because I feel like I was born to do this, so I feel different about it. But if you really care about the people, you gotta care about yourself first. So I was 260 pounds. And I went to the doctor and she was like, oh my God, we have to run all these tests. I think something's wrong. And I was like, no, I'm just depressed. I've been eating crazy. I'm in bad relationships. It's fat. Trust me, I'm just eating bad. So that was the first step. So trading is not that the trading is hard, to be honest with you. Once you really learn a strategy, it's pretty easy. It's everything else that's going on inside of us that makes all of this investing and leaning on other people, especially when you feel like I'm about to lean on another Black individual. Like, we really have to get that stigma off of us. Like, and so I work really hard on trying to be that. So if you aren't able to really love yourself, you're gonna tell, because you're not gonna eat right. You're not gonna get the sleep you need. You're not gonna invest in things a certain way, and we need to. So if your why really is for your people, if you're not healthy, you're not gonna be here to help them. And my rule is you have to be financially savvy as well as healthy savvy. They go together. So my whole goal is to really have a boot camp teaching you how to be healthy and also how to get a bag, you know? So that's really my why. My why is always making sure I'm healthy enough, because I love people. You know, if I'm mentally messed up, I can't go and educate, I can't teach. I'm definitely, you know, they say new levels, new devils. So my business is growing like wildfire. I'm having to learn to be more patient. I have to learn how to balance my time more. So that requires me to work and love me even more. So I can be there for the people, because I have to understand, I've been 2 years meditating, reading personal development books, listening to audios where other people haven't. So where some people may come in thinking they have it together, and it's like, you really got to trust your mentors. Like, that's super key. Like, I'm so happy I have certain mentors, because I used to be the smartest person in my group. And I was stuck, because when I'm stuck and I need help, there's nobody to go to. I'm always the first one in the family to go to college, the first one to take that risk, the first one to talk about investment. Like, none of my family's on board, not a sister, a brother, an aunt, an uncle, but I know when they're gonna show up, when I get flashy, then it's gonna be believable. And that freaks me out more, because I'm like, you wanna wait for me to be in the mansion to believe it? But guess what, when you show up, you're not gonna be in the mansion level. I'm gonna be in the mansion. You still gonna be over there trying to figure out how to flip the penny, when we could be flipping dollars into hundreds of thousands. So yeah, I think the only reason why you have to be first is so you can be healthy enough to take care of your wives. I don't think your wife still can never really be you. Yeah, like, it's still other people. I think that's the best way I can explain it.
No, you picked it up where I was trying to lay it down. I just didn't want to say that. I really wanted to come out your mouth. But that's exactly what I meant, as in having your own personal why. You have to make sure that you're good, because you can't pour from an empty cup. It don't work. Eventually it's gonna catch up to you. Go catch up to you. Now, Dr. Joy, I want you to bring it all together. I want to hear what you have to say from the whole thing. Bring it all together for me.
It was really interesting that what Ty said, and I really agree with that. And I would say that my why is me, because I feel like, I know I probably sound like a broken record, but I had my kids when I was 18 and 19. So for me, it was always them. Like my why was them. I had, gone through some stuff, growing up, we all got stories. And it wasn't until I saw the way that my daughter loved me as a toddler, as an infant, as a baby, how she just loved me unconditionally, that I then learned to love myself. Okay. And so, and with that, I felt so obligated, and just the desire just to be the best mom and just to be the best person that I could be for my kids. And so I would say that my, all my goals that I set up for myself is like, I want to show my kids this. I want to, I don't want to tell them, but I want to show them. And I felt like I've done that, but along the way, I've given up some things that I've wanted, for myself. I love to write, so I'm back to writing, so, things for me have shifted. I've done that. They're grown now, they have a great solid foundation to make them into, great people, great people in this world, and they can accomplish anything. So now my why is me. I want to learn, I want to advance, I want to get back to the things that I love the most. And that is, getting this extra money, getting healthy mentally, physically, and you can't leave that soul part out either. So that's. Did I answer your question? I hope I did.
It did. No, it definitely did. I did. That's what I look. Ty, were you over giddy? What was up?
Ty is
Sorry,
about
now
to
she got me
leap through
excited.
the screen.
So,
She
yeah.
got me excited.
And listen, Ty, I got that book. It just came in the mail today. The 4 something.
Yes.
Yes. So last week I listened and I got it, and Amazon just dropped it off. So
Perfect.
I'm busted open today.
I'm so excited.
Yes.
About that. I'm giddy because, to be honest, that's why I do what I do. I wanted to be a basketball player for a long time, and I was like an All-American. But life and taking care. I'm the caregiver. I'm the nurturer. I do exactly what you say. Like, I always put a lot of things I wanted to do on the back burner, and just luckily for me, my dream was always to make people financially literate. So, me manifesting that, like I said, I used to talk to my grandmother every day. She's not here. She died during COVID, but I used to tell her every day, I was like, Nana, I'm going to get that mansion for you. And I'm going to save the world by making them financially literate. I didn't know that it would be Forex. I had no idea. But a lot of the things took a back seat, like me wanting to be healthy, me wanting to help people, I do want to write a book. And so I'm super excited that you said that, because I'm saying to myself, this is what it's about. Like, it's not about the money. It's so much bigger about the money. It's about us getting the capital out the way so we can do what we always wanted to do. Because sometimes that does get in the way. Jobs get in the way, relationships get in the way, kids get in the way. And it's not that they're not a blessing for us, but, I was so personal legend, which you will read about if you read The Alchemist. Make that book number 2, Alchemist. But yeah, when you read about The Alchemist, it's all about us finding our personal legend. And our personal legend is inside of us. We already know what it is, but it gets shadowed out by life, by you trying to make sure your kids are okay. So me hearing that, and the thing is, you're not even a trader yet. You're not even a trader yet. This is amazing. The girl already got business savvy. She got the kids out the way. She about to kill it.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I did make $115 one day this week trading. Yeah.
Look at that.
I lost it the next day because I thought I was a scalper all of a sudden, but hey, I did it.
Oh, okay. Don't work on that risk, man.
Right.
No, we tip the broker. We don't lose. We tip the broker. Okay. Yeah.
Right. That's what we did.
And that's another thing. Back to the 4 agreements where I suggested that, a lot of people come in. I want to say this to everybody listening. The skill is only 10% of the journey, only 10% of the battle. It's 90% our mind frame. So if you're new and you just join with our group, if you just join with TK, understand, like when we tell you about meditating, or if I mention read the 4 agreements, really do it. Like I wouldn't suggest these things if I didn't know they didn't work. Making sure you have a morning routine, that's super important. If you take care of all of you first, and then have all your energy compounded, ready as one whole, then you can pick and choose throughout the day how to disperse it. You know, but if you don't do that, it's already dispersed probably as soon as you pick up social media, texting other people, is already given out. You know, so it's like, I need you guys to always remember, like, always fill yourself with value. Because another thing I learned, your money will go as high as your integrity. It will only go as high as your knowledge. So if you still have $1 or a minimum wage mindset, you're not going to make millions. You're not going to make millions. And let's just say, because miracles happen, you might hit a good trade because maybe you use the app and you hit $1 million. But guess what? You're not going to know what to do with the million, and you're going to lose it right back because your mindset didn't grow yet to match that money. Because remember, money is frequency. That's where your energy is. So if you're still vibrating low, luck can present money to you sometimes, but you know, your energy is going to determine where it stays. So if I want to get that 100,000, I keep getting capped around 25. That means I must got a 25,000 mindset. So I got to start learning how to get to that $100,000 mindset. So that's why I still go to class, why I still read more books. So that's why I'm ended. So I don't get long-winded, hold it up too long.
I just want to add something. Ty mentioned the stigma. She mentioned the stigma of our people. One of the things that when I was trying to make the Susus, Ujamaa cooperative economics thing, when I was trying to make it work, remember, we're not the only community that participates in that. The Asian community makes it work. Right? They bring people over on the boat and they help each other. That's why the person who does your nails, they probably didn't get a loan from the bank to open that nail shop. The person you bought your hair from, they probably didn't get a loan to open that hair shop, right? So they help each other get here and they help each other grow. I also talk about my Hispanic cousins. You know, we can have an extra bedroom and still let our father and cousin and uncle sleep on a park bench, right? But they will put some carpet in the garage and put that 15th person in their house, right? And they all bring in that money to make it, you know, they're all live in the same house until they can buy their own, right? So my point is, we have to learn how to help each other and get past the stigma. So anyway, I brought all that up to say that, you know, in reaching out to the Asian community to say, okay, y'all been doing this for decades and y'all make it work. What is it that y'all doing that we not doing? And this Asian lady, as racist as she was, but I needed that information, so I listened to her. She said, it's never gonna work in that community. What do you mean it's never gonna work? Well, first of all, that implies there's a second. First of all, they too greedy and they're impatient. I said, wait, hold on. What? Okay, grab the pearls. What? They too greedy and they're impatient. She said, we bring people off the boat and we start them with $25. She said, I'm hearing about y'all doing $500 and $1,500, $3,000 groups. She said, you never, ever, ever need to start a group with more than $100. Anybody who's starting a group with more than $100, they're impatient and they're greedy. She said, yes, you start with 25, then you may increase to 50, then you may increase to 100. You can increase to those levels. But if they're starting at levels above $100, they're impatient and they're greedy. And I said, okay. Then she said, next, they lazy and they don't trust each other. So it ain't gonna work. What? Lazy, impatient. I mean, lazy, don't trust. She said, you cannot have a successful group of doing cooperative economics if you don't trust each other. And y'all don't trust each other. It ain't gonna work. Okay, so as mad as I wanted to be with her, she telling the truth, because there's some people I wouldn't put in my group, right? And then finally she said, and last but not least, she said, there's a crab mentality. She said, and so until you all get over those three things, cooperative economics will never work in your community. Because when one gets out, y'all try to pull them back in. It's one thing to hold on and you're climbing too. It's another thing to pull them down so you're anchoring them so they can't climb any higher. So until we get over those things, it's not gonna work.
I'm so thankful that you
Yeah.
brought us there.
Yes.
I'm truly grateful that that came out, right? Because
More than a month.
this is literally why, so look, that means that some of y'all gotta come back for More Than a Month Part 2. So we started More Than a Month last month in February because they give us 1 month, you know, to get our history out there, despite the fact that it did not begin as slavery. And so maybe we'll come back, right, for our More Than a Month event with a Part 2, because like that's literally it, guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's why there's so few of our people. Now, don't get me wrong, by leaps and bounds, individuals in our community are beginning to break these stigmas. We're beginning to break these spells. Okay, so I'm super excited at, when I say divine wealth transfer, y'all, it's about to be shifted back to, you know, the proper hands. And but that's only gonna happen for those of us. Okay, so listen, you know, I know that everybody has their own personal beliefs and everything, right? But if you read in the scriptures about the nation of Israel, and it talks about who would be redeemed, okay? And only a third part of the nation would be redeemed. It's like many are called and few are chosen. Okay, and that's because a lot of people are not going to be able to, you gotta think about it, when you come into this world, you're programmed, okay? And if you were born in America, you really at a disadvantage. But you were literally programmed with propaganda, right? With the paradigms of this world, okay? You're literally programmed with so much negativity. Imagine, think about how many times we tell our children no, okay? Just for the fact that we are what appears to be lacking, okay? So I get aggravated with my children if they're running around the house, and really they're children. They're 2 and 3 years old, right? And they're boys at that. So that's exactly what they're supposed to be doing at that age, right? But because I'm trying to work and, you know, I still have to maintain a schedule and whatnot, and I need my space to make sure that we get these things done, I will express my frustration. So a lot of our children come up hearing no, 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 don't do that. You can't do that. So imagine, so not only are they getting that from, not only have we gotten that, and are they getting that, and you guys heard Ty's testimony, right, earlier about how she came up in the 80s in Harlem, okay, during the crack pandemic. Like, you know, we are constantly told that we're not able, we're not capable, we can't do that, okay? But what happens? What happens when we begin to build our communities, okay? And so really that's what we look to do. It's 4:30, and so we're gonna be bringing this to a close. But that's ultimately what we look to do. Hopefully that started with a vision to create communities. Zara Tribe started with a vision to create a community or communities, right, where our people are safe to grow and expand and to get out of the boat and climb up the mountain, as Trillionaire Tracy likes to say, okay? Religion will get you to the base of the mountain. It will get you across the waters, okay? But it's not going to get you up the mountain. And so, yes, we're not gonna forget. So I see Ebony had a hand, and then we just got a question from Zara Tribe as well. So we have to, I'm glad you brought those points, Tracy. We're gonna leave that there. We're not even gonna touch that. It's on the recording, it's in the atmosphere, it's in the airwaves, so they know what we're gonna be coming back with, right? But let's go ahead and just real quick, I want to give everybody, in order to close, I want to give everybody an opportunity, because we are on here talking about networking. We are on here talking about group economics. We are on here talking about the new economy and whatnot. Moses, okay, go potty, baby. Okay, yes, that's fine. Y'all see that? Got me last week too. So I want to give everybody an opportunity to share the opportunities that they are a part of. But before we get there, Ty, you might have the answer. I know of a couple. But what cryptocurrencies are good to buy now because they're at a low price? I just saw somebody saying something about some coin that start with a C. Can you go in the room until I finish, please? I'm almost done. I'll get you a lollipop in a little bit.
Okay, it's not just about, let me just say this, it's not just about what you buy, it's also about where you put it.
Right.
Okay, because there are, real fast, there are 3 types of wallets, right? There's hot wallets, warm wallets, and cold wallets. So the hot wallets are things like Cash App. So if you buy it and it doesn't have any security, any passwords, any 12 words to say this is yours,
Yeah.
okay, then I call it a hot wallet. So that's where you buy it. But then there are warm wallets that give you your 12-word security passwords, and a lot of them let you stake them, meaning they give you an interest rate on them while you're staking them there. So you can make even more just because you have it in that place. And then there's cold wallets that aren't connected, like the Ledgers and the Trezors, that you put them there, and it's kind of like a safety deposit box. Like unless that person had the key to go to the bank to get into the room to turn the thing, they can't even get to it. So it's not just about what you buy, it's where you put it to make the most out of it that's important. So I just want to make sure we're not just buying it and leaving it on Cash App or leaving it on Coinbase or leaving it on the exchange. Make sure you put it in a place where it will grow and it's safe.
Indeed. So yeah. So that's why I wanted to close this way. So we can talk about a few of the cryptocurrencies that are at a really low rate that you can buy right now. So if you guys know of any of those, you can go ahead and throw them out. I know Tron is certainly one of them. And Ty, did you have any other cryptos that were low right now at a good place to buy?
No, I wasn't looking at any more cryptos. Ever since I invested with Tiki Twari, I've been dealing with those stocks. So right now, I have mines in ICE and SBNY. Those are the 2 stocks that definitely want to get the long hold for those. Due to the fact that everything is being transferred over to blockchain. So, we're not going to have regular transactions anymore. So ICE, they own 75% of it. So mostly everything's going to have to go through them. And then Signature Bank of New York, they're the only bank so far that takes blockchain transactions. So once all the banks and everybody realize they're going to need blockchains, they're going to get the first influx of people because they're the only ones that have the actual blockchain there. So, yeah.
Definitely good info. Thank you for the gems, Queen. So Tron is still relatively low. I know there's the Dogecoin, the Litecoin. Let me see what else. There was another one that started with a C. Somebody said it was still under $1.
When I bought Cardano, it was under $1. It's no longer.
Cardano, that was the one.
Yeah, girl. It's okay. So here are the ones. Exodus wallet is a good warm wallet. It's old, it's very secure, and Exodus gives you several that you can stake for a higher percentage. So on Exodus, you can stake Cardano, Algo. Okay, Cardano's percent that they're giving you is almost 7%. Algo's percent they're giving you is like 6%. Both of those are around $1 right now. You can also stake, you can also stake VeChain there. That's a good one. And you can stake Cosmos. Cosmos, the letter is ATOM, but it's called Cosmos. Another good warm wallet, if you're looking for another one, is the Celsius wallet. It's a big C with it's a yellow circle with a C. If you're looking for it on your app. And the two things that I stake there are Stellar, which is XLM, and Ripple, which is XRP.
Mhm.
So those are good.
And those are two good ones for sure. I got mine in Stellar too.
Yeah, and then if you're looking for another one that's below $1, but you can get a bunch, is Zilliqa, ZIL. And the wallet that I usually store that one on, or that I do store that one on, is called Moonlet, MOONLET. Zilliqa is ZIL, not ZYL, ZIL.
I have a question. Where do you buy Cardano?
Cardano, most of them I buy on crypto.com and then move them. The only one I couldn't buy there was I buy my XRP on Uphold.
What's the second one? Moon who?
Moonlet. Moonlet is the wallet it's just specifically for Zilliqa, just like Clever is specifically for Tron.
Yes.
But the reason I like the Moonlet wallet is because they give you, not only do they give you a percentage on staking, but what they do is they have these basic like contests. So by the time they say, okay, when we get to such and such number of blockchains, then we're going to disperse 1 million Zilliqa. So they just give out free Zilliqa to the people on the wallet. And so you can accrue them there, you accrue them that way too. And I think Zilliqa is still under $1 right now. So let me double check, but.
Okay, so because I've been trying to get Cardano and I didn't know where to buy it. And you said you get it at crypto.com or Moonlit, both of them?
No. Moonlit is the wallet that I store the Zilliqa on. I buy the Cardano on crypto.com.
And where do you store Cardano?
My Cardano is on Exodus.
On Exodus, okay.
Yeah,
I have Exodus. Okay.
Yeah, because they right now it's at almost 7% when you stake it there.
Okay. And I do stake my crypto. Yeah.
Yeah. The other great thing about crypto.com is they offer you a visa. So if you're trying to get around taxes, let's say you want to move some money to your crypto.com, put it on your visa and just spend it. Yeah.
Yes.
you.
So the gems. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. So as we come to a close with our last 20 minutes, I want to give our panelists and I mean, we'll just start off as the host. So, but I want to give everybody an opportunity to share what network marketing opportunities they are a part of. Real briefly. Yeah, no more than 5 minutes. I want us to talk about what platforms we are using to create wealth, to gain and increase our financial literacy, and practice group economics. So Lady TKG and myself, with Hopefully Like Entrepreneurship Group, we are partnered with several different group economics opportunities. We did do the SUSU things. There are a couple of automated platforms that, I mean, although they don't really offer a whole lot more value than just simply practicing the group economics with a multiplied rate of return, there's those options. But again, those are not anything that we operate with, with the masses. It's just because of that whole trust factor and how important it is to make sure that you are connected with a group of people who have integrity. So there's a vetting process before you get introduced to those opportunities. But the primary two platforms that we use for financial literacy, and wealth creation, we leverage My Freedom in 365. It's an amazing startup platform that literally everything from the real estate, from credit repair, drop shipping, it's just literally an entrepreneur's marketplace. So if you're looking to create wealth or earn money in the online space, all of the knowledge and education that you need is back there. I know some of the other panelists are a part of that platform as well, so I'll let them share more. We're not going to, but My Freedom in 365. And then we are also part of the BED opportunity I hope I said that right. But we leverage that platform for our Forex education, as well as, you know, wealth creation and financial literacy, different investment opportunities. So that's what we are a part of. And so, you know, if you're interested in any of those things, definitely reach out to us. Go ahead. We'll start with Louise, Coach Taylor Lopez. What else are you a part of? Or what network marketing opportunities and platforms are you leveraging to secure the bag?
Okay. Just like you, my Freedom in 365. I'm also part of Forsage. That also is in Tron. They work with Tron. I just joined Tron Case, where you get paid every 4 seconds. So you're gaining Tron every 4 seconds, and you put a certain amount in, and the amount of people that come in, you know, they do the trading and everything like we've been talking about, but every 4 seconds you get a piece of it. And what I like about it is that you can take money out anytime you want to. So right now I've just been letting it sit there, and I've gained 1,000 Tron within two weeks. So that's a nice platform to be a part of. But like I said, I am building my portfolio. I've been trying to get into Cardano. So I'm very thankful that you gave me that information. Thank you. I do have a portfolio on Coinbase, but I would like to move it over to something else. So for right now, those are the 3 that I'm in, like in watching it, making sure that it's growing and whatnot. But there's some other things I want to do more. So I'm interested in learning more about different cryptocurrencies, ways to increase, ways to leverage that. And so I'm open ears to any of that.
Indeed. There are definitely a few of those platforms. I know you talked about TRX Forsage, and so there are those platforms out there that take basically like a crowdfunding approach and literally does return the funds multiplied to you. So that is certainly awesome. Thank you very much for sharing. Dr. Joy.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we know you still popping over there with your brick and mortar.
Yeah.
So we know that's for life, because
Yeah.
Granny made sure that y'all had that in the bag. Okay.
Yes.
But what other network marketing platforms or opportunities are you a part of?
Okay, I'm on Tron Case as well, Freedom 365, Bitlocity, and Epic for Forex.
I've heard about Epic. Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. As a matter of fact, I think somebody reached out to me from Epic not too long ago. So I'm excited about the blending communities. Like Ty said, so for those of y'all who don't know, Ty has been a mentor of mine and Lady TKG's since pretty much 2 years ago. Well, I would say a little less, because she broke out of her shell last year and started sharing all those wonderful gems with the rest of the team. But we started with IM Mastery Academy, or some of you might know it as iMarkets Live or IML. And yes, that company, great educational platform. It was one of the first to bring Forex to the network marketing space. So we definitely give props where props are due. And we're not here to talk about anything about that. We just want to make sure that that we are familiar with all of the opportunities that are available. So thank you for bringing Epic to the forefront as well. I've heard great things about that company. Trillionaire Tracy.
Yes. So I am still on the Your Eternal Seed platform for my people who just want to do gifting. They don't want to do anything else, but I am not to discourage them if they want to continue to, do cooperative economics that way. For the financial literacy piece, I joined Freedom 365. So I have some people who are doing that. I also am a part of the Power of Two Turbo. That's for Tron. And I did that when you made mention of that, Coach Lopez, that made me look to see how much Tron I have, and mine has increased too. I hadn't even looked at it. And then, so my main focus lately has been learning Forex and being and building on B. B is, to me, it is Freedom 365 on steroids, because it has all the same, savings with travel. It has the same, teaching you how to do real estate and how to do e-commerce and all of that. It has all of that, but it's, to me, on steroids with, like a bigger a faster way of learning those things, especially Forex and cryptocurrencies. And then I just decided to get into mining of the cryptocurrencies. And that's because I found a free miner. So let me give y'all this information. I just remembered it. Emrit, EMRIT.io. If you go on that site, they will give you a free miner for the Helium cryptocurrency. Okay. And if y'all don't know what mining is basically just you doing the calculations for getting the cryptocurrencies. So the miner will do that for you. So basically you're going to plug something in and it's going to, create cryptocurrencies for you. Okay. So if you go to emrit.io, that's for Helium, and you will get the Helium cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
I
I
love
have
it.
a question. I'm sorry. Can you spell the one before? Was it beat?
B-E.
Just B-E?
Just B-E.
Okay.
Yeah.
BE.com?
No, actually, we need you to go through one of us. So just whoever, probably contact Lady TK, get her
Okay.
link and get on there. Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Before we get Ebony, we did not forget about you, Ebony. Did want to hear about our fearless, leader, kind of who brought us into B. I know Ty Pips, you've been doing it maybe a little bit longer than me, myself, and Tracy. So you probably have a different perspective on B. What because I have a different perspective even than what Tracy just gave to what it is. It is, I would definitely say, Freedom 365 on steroids. But the aspects that I get from it is a little bit different, than what the next person gives. So just giving you that reverence, that giving it back to you, since you did kind of bring us help us find it. What's your kind of thoughts on B? Because I know even when you speak to me about it, you kind of give a different flavor, kind of feel to it.
I get excited because I don't know all the background with 360. Is that 360, right? So I can't make
Freedom in 365.
Freedom of 365, right? Yeah. So I can't make the comparison that it's on steroids, but I can say, to me, everything I've seen, yes, this is everything we want on steroids. Like, to be honest, like Michelle has said, IAM gave me a lot of the knowledge that I have. Like, if it wasn't for IAM being the first people to make it affordable for actually learn how to trade Forex, like, I don't know where I would be. So the only thing is, when you're the first, sometimes you miss the mark. You're the first, so they're about almost 9 years old. And I felt like they were missing a couple of things. And I was feeling like I was going to have to create my own university. Like, that's where I was leading towards. And, but I think about overhead. I think about costs. And when I came across B, the same amount that I charged to train people, I was praying for a place that had that same price bracket. And just ironically, they had the exact same cost. The only difference was they was providing a more structured platform for people that knew, because IAM was so big, had so much going on. It was like too much in your face too fast. So it was like you couldn't really become a master of any of it. So B offers you a chance to actually use an app, because that's something IAM was big on promoting. You're gonna just copy paste and make profit while you learn. So there's no reason why you can't make money and learn at the same time. So B actually provides that with their apps. You know, like I do preach proper risk, because without proper risk, forget about it. You really can go AWOL with your money, but with proper risk in their app, you're bound to make money. You just have to be consistent. And then the teachers, they're really good. You know, it is live training. You do get to watch the recordings. And then, not to brag, but you get me, I'm the master trader. So with that being said, you're gonna get time for me to help you really cut the corners of what a lot of places use to make people stay somewhere longer, because there is the business aspect of businesses where if we can drag it out a little longer, that's gonna help you pay more. My goal is with something that you can generate generational wealth plus learn a skill. We don't have to drag anything on. We're gonna get this back fast. We're gonna get more people to get the bag fast, which is gonna make the general bag, that generational bag, come even faster. And then, like, my goal is to really recreate the whole educational system. Like, it keeps coming to me more and more. Like, we're gonna start school with meditation. We're gonna plug them into B. They're gonna know how to do Forex. We're gonna have generational wealth, because the problem is all of us may not know how to do Forex well. Maybe I might get sick and get hurt. But if I can build my legacy now and build my network market so big, my kid won't have to know how to do Forex. You know, now we're actually talking about passing generational wealth down. So B is gonna allow all of us to do that, and at a much faster rate, because we're a lot of network marketing companies, they have a lot of legs, mostly 3. We only have 2. So to build up your business, only 2 legs, as opposed to trying to fill up 3 layers, it's a lot faster to get there. It's a lot easier to do teamwork. So yeah, that's why I think B is great. So, and again, you always want to get in something when it's new, right? That's super key. They're only, I want to say almost 3 years old, but they're only a few months old in America. They're in Dubai. All right. So that's how the Spanish market, they're killing it. My Spanish people there. I mean, we had like, what was it, 67 new millionaires for February or something like that. Some crazy number just for that 1 month. So, and forget the millionaires that's getting it through the network part. People are really making money through trading.
Yep.
Without even, I mean, day 2, if you can plug in the number in the app, which is just copy and paste it, you can get it back. So, but at the same time, we're really teaching you, and I'm definitely a teacher. I'm not about just, it's not about the money. You have to learn the skill. Like, I need as many people to know what I know before I'm gone. That's my goal. So B is where we
Yeah,
go.
thanks.
Yes, yes, yes. Like I said, she has a different perspective. Part of her excitement is what got me, like, you know, she's like, TK, I got to show you this platform. I'm like, bet, let's go. All right, so,
And that's what it's really about, though. You know, it's about really connecting yourself to a solid group of individuals who are going to show up for you. Okay, no matter what. Like, you know, all of the ladies that are a part of the panel, if I call them and it's not business related, we have a relationship. And so that's the key. You know, that I want you guys to take away. Networking, period, is just all about building genuine lifelong relationships. Okay, if you listen to any of the great success preachers, Bob Proctor, Jim Rohn, you know, whatever, all these people that could tell you how to make your millions in network marketing, they're all going to tell you the same thing. The fundamentals are going to pay you the most. Okay, it's literally just about building genuine lifelong relationships with people, so that like Lady TK said, when they come to you, or when you go to them, it works both ways, right? When they come to you and say, yo, look, I gotta share this with you, like, you gotta see this, you're gonna hop on. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that that's a solid individual, and you know that they headed exactly where you are, which all of us on this call are headed directly to the top, but not so that we can leave other people behind. We leaving ropes, we leaving maps. Okay, we got paddles reached out, we got life jackets left down. Okay, we're not leaving the people and just going on about our business. You know, something else in network marketing, people say, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And so we are here to go far. And like Ty said, definitely great to get in a company when it's new. That's exactly why we are so avid about My Freedom in 365 as well, because it is new and we see the potential for it. Okay. And if there's people like us at the beginning of it, then I know that the integrity of that thing is going to continue to stand. So, you know, I love the community that we have here. I want to make sure I saw Ebony with a hand up earlier. I do see some people that were here last week. Thank you. I know that I shouted a lot of y'all out. For those of y'all that are new this week, thank you so much for coming to join us. I hope you gained some value. I hope you got some great nuggets, some gems for your notepad. Note takers are money makers and leaders are readers, y'all. We are headed to the top. The bottom is way too crowded. But before we go, Ebony, what was it, mommy? You good?
Yes, ma'am, I'm good. I just made a mistake and I just got a new phone, so I apologize. But no, I'm just taking in everything as I'm listening, all the jewels or everything that's coming out of the queens and everybody's mouth. So yes, thank you so much for having me.
We appreciate you, Queen. So Jazz is going to be on next week. We got Jasmine Walker here with us too. She's going to be on next week. And Devana, I hope you coming back for Spiritual Bag Ladies. We're going to be talking about Beyond the Business next week. Okay. So next Saturday. Huh?
I need to ask Taylor a question.
You need to, okay. Louise. Okay. Okay. All right. So Ebony's good. Taylor, Coach Louise, Ty says she got a question for you, love. Go ahead.
Did you say Bitla City you was in? Because I was looking at that through somebody else, but I thought that didn't launch yet. Is that the company you said?
That was Dr. Joy.
No, that was,
They launched.
That wasn't
Velocity.
Velocity
I
launch.
I need some information on that real quick for you.
Okay, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you on Telegram.
But did they launch? They did
Yeah,
launch?
they did. Mhm.
Oh man, okay, thanks.
Can you send it to me too?
Yep.
Thank you.
I've been waiting for them.
Who said something to you about Velocity first time? Because I know I said.
My good friend Bruce, I'm gonna hit Bruce up.
I ain't worried about it. It don't matter. It don't matter, y'all. Listen, with Velocity, that's also Velocity is really a great platform, guys. The way that they have it set up, like I don't know. Anyway, get connected with Ty, Joy, somebody, okay? Because they're gonna tell you about Velocity. The way that they have it set up for you to be able to for you to be able to earn with it is super lit. Like, and it don't really depend on you doing like a whole lot of recruitment or sharing or whatever.
Income, 8 streams.
Yes, any stream. We talking about 7, 8, 9, 10 streams of income. We are billionaires and trillionaires on this call, okay? When we say bag ladies, we mean we catching every bag. No bag is discounted, okay? We want all the bags, okay? We want all the bags because we really out here to leave a legacy. We really out here to make sure that we are leaving an inheritance for our children's children's children, okay? We buying islands out here and stuff, baby, like it's not a game, okay? So yeah, it's really not a game. Look, we laughing and it's all fun and games right now. It's really not a game. So good. Ty, you good? You got what you needed, man?
I sure did. I'm waiting for that launch. I'm kind of upset, but I'm gonna get on it. I'm not gonna miss that wave.
No. I mean, it launched, and I've been hearing some great things about it. But you already know it's still new, girl. It's still new enough for you to have on. I didn't even. So I'm in the platform. I'm in position, but I haven't even put my Bitcoin in it yet. So you good. You're still good. You're still good. That's lit. So yes, Jazz gonna come back. Ty Pips, you coming back next week for Spiritual Bag Ladies Beyond the Business?
What date is that?
Next week, this the 20th, next Saturday, 3 p.m.
No, ma'am. I'll be at a birthday party event type thingy.
Okay, no worries. Thank you. We'll catch you for the next one. You know it's gonna be a part 2 for that too. Daz, you still good for next Saturday?
Yes, I'm excited. I'm really excited.
We are excited to have you as well, girl. Your smile is beautiful.
Thank you, Queen. I'm so excited to have found y'all. Been looking for y'all for a minute. Okay.
Listen, I'm telling you, you gotta put, and then that's what I'm saying. Put it out there in the universe, exactly what you're looking to attract. Okay, and I promise you, it will find you. You will find it. The alignment is definitely. This is such a time for alignment. It's amazing. It's amazing. So, I'm super excited. So yes, we're gonna be talking about Beyond the Business next week. Beyond the Bag. Spiritual Bag Ladies. We'll be back 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on March the 20th, next Saturday. Until then, we headed to the top. We'll see y'all there. The bottom is entirely too crowded. We love y'all. Peace, love, power, prosperity. We're going to catch y'all on the flip
Thank
side.
you, ladies. This was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Have a great night, ladies.
You too.
Thank you.